Did you know there are over 2 million bacteria per square inch that house in your toilet? Imagine waking up and seeing your assigned chore for the week is scrubbing the toilets, including your 93-year-old great-grandmother's who uses the toilet over 10 times a day. Today I'll be talking to you about the worst chores at home. First, we will travel into the bathroom. I have never met a single person who says, you know what, I really enjoy cleaning and scrubbing the bathroom floors and toilets. Toothpaste always seems to make its way onto the counter and inside of my sink, making it a nasty mess if it is not handled for a few days. But lastly, the shower drain. What is more nasty than pulling out clumps of hair and dead skin specimens collected for weeks, perhaps even months? Our next stop is the pet area. One of the worst chores to possibly be in charge of is scooping the litter box. Who likes to scoop the litter box? Not only are you hunched over, having to deal with the fumes of cat feces entering your sinuses, but you are also having to pick up cat poop and transport it in a bag to the garbage can. Next, try washing the cat. My attempt to wash my cat ended up with my shower curtains murdered by her claws and half the house flooded with her dripping everywhere. Lastly, let's talk about sick pet duty. Giving your cat or dog antibiotics can most likely be one of the most dangerous chores that we talk about today. I once tried giving my cat antibiotics. Let's just say I still have some scars today that represent that day. Cleaning up after a sick pet, diarrhea, throw up, etc. will give you that nasty, uneasy feeling that makes you regret taking that chore. Finally, let's move to the outside of the house. One of the most common and most miserable chores outside the house is to mow the lawn. I barely like to walk outside to get to my car, let alone spend hours with the sun's excruciating rays pounding down on me. Let's just say, if you get this chore, don't forget the sunscreen. Now let's talk about cleaning the gutters, okay? The first step to cleaning gutters is to climb the ladder to get up to the gutters. So if you're afraid of heights, you might just want to stop right there. But that's not even the worst part. Next, you have to use your hands and scoop out the months of collected leaves, debris, dead animals, and other unknown species. And on top of that, you still have the sun blasting you with its ultraviolet rays. Finally, let's talk about pressure washing. The terrible thing about pressure washing is that you can literally pressure wash everything, making the job feel like an endless roller coaster. On top of that, by the end of the job, your hand will be locked shut due to the hours of squeezing the pressure wand. I guess if you want to find one positive in pressure washing, it does deal with water, which is always a refreshing feeling. So to conclude this speech, let me just tell you that any chore is possibly the worst chore, and that you should always try to stay away from these chores I've spoken about today. Chores are an age-old tradition, passed down from generation to generation. Some are easier than others, but I suppose with most things in life, to discover which are easier and which are worst, unfortunately may require you to do the chore before determining which chores are the worst. Hopefully you have gained some insight through my speech and have learned about the ones I have suffered through.